Do I have audio? Do I have audio? Oh, what's up, guys? How's it going? That's cool. Good morning, good evening, good whatever time it is for you, for everybody. Morning here for me. It's cool. Does the audio sound good? Echoey at all? I think it should be coming through this mic that I got. It shouldn't be coming through the phone itself. Really love the videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. They're pretty fun to make, so I'm glad you guys are liking them. Sounds like the vids. Okay, so pretty good audio quality then. Hopefully. Is this your first live stream? No, I've done one other one. It was back in January. I tried to put together a robot arm in less than 8 hours. So it was like a whole process between the design and like building it from the ground up. So it didn't go very well. It broke. It broke at the end, unfortunately, but it was pretty fun to make. Did I finally decide that a knife throwing machine is a bad idea? No, it's still in the works. Part 2 is still in the works. I'm in the middle of moving right now, so it's not going to come out for a while. But I've got a whole different idea of how I want it to be like held and thrown. If anybody watched the other video, you can see that they were like, the way they were being held was just bad. The release was just bad. So I'm redesigning everything, and hopefully it'll work. I don't know. We'll see. How many robots have you made? I've I don't know what you would consider a robot. I've made like, if you consider like these a robot, the shoes that I made, the rocket powered shoes, those are like remote controlled. So technically, I guess not a robot. I've made, what else have I got around here? I made the squeaky hammer thing. I've made the sentry turret. So I've made like what, 4 or 5 now, I think. I'm getting better at it, I think. At least I like to think so. And I don't know, it's a process. I'm pretty crappy at mechanical design, so hopefully I'm getting better at that. How do I feel about being compared to I Did a Thing and stuff made here? I mean, I think I Did a Thing has a monopoly on the like dry humor, sarcasm of like narration kind of thing. So it's I mean, it's nice being compared, I guess, because it's like, oh, people see that these bigger channels, I don't know, they see like a little bit of a bigger channel, which means like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let me think about that. I think it's good because people see the bigger, more successful channels in this channel, which has to be a good sign, I think. So I don't know. What's my next project? It's going to be the robot, knife throwing robot part 2. So I'm going to try to get it to actually like stick knives, and I bought a really nice, or much nicer LiDAR sensor, so it can go out to like 100 feet, and hopefully I can do some outdoor testing, so it can like get a target and throw it pretty far. Is what I'm hoping. We'll see. Usually my projects start up really high for like where I want them to be, and then they end somewhere down in the sewers. But I don't know. I think I think I can make this one work. What was my favorite project? That's a good question. I think I don't know. I don't know. All of them have had their ups and downs. There comes a point in each project where I'm like, this is stupid. No one cares about this. And then sometimes they do well. So the heat seeking turret was probably my favorite because it actually worked pretty well. That was pretty neat once I got the kinks figured out, but I did enjoy that one. Yeah, what's up, Orb? Good to see you. On my What about a solenoid on the wheel to release the knives? That's actually what I got. Where are they? They're somewhere around here, but I got two solenoids, so it's a 12 volt solenoid. And actually, I made where is it? I made my own. They're super easy to make. You just need to coil a bunch of wire around a tiny little thing, a tiny little like cylinder, and then put a little piece of magnetic material in the middle. And when you power it, it'll do the solenoid thing of grabbing it because of electromagnetism and wizardry and whatnot. But it's a piece of crap and it overheated and melted my plastic, so I'd recommend just buying one. Yeah, I want to do a project where which the viewers can do too. I want to try to do something, and I have to get really good at networking or coding or something, but I want to try to make a project that you guys can control remotely from wherever you're at. And I don't know what that's going to look like, but it's in the mechanicians in my mind somewhere that I want to do that. So eventually, when I get actually pretty good at coding and networking and whatever, that'll be something that I want to do. Man, there's a couple people in here. I thought everyone was gonna be like, I realize this is like the worst time to do it because like I think everyone's like at open source and stuff like that. So, or at least doing a virtual ticket to open source. So it's a terrible time slot. But just wanted to say what's up to everybody and how's it going? You like my hair? Thank you. I woke up like this. That's not true. I put a little bit of something in it just to look good for you guys, but I know the elevator video did pass 1 million views, which is pretty insane. That's a lot of views. So thank you guys very much for watching that. I need to stop kicking the camera. Thank you guys. I mean, that's crazy. That's an unfathomable amount of views. So it's pretty cool. It's like a really cool milestone in my heart, at least. And I guess big number make heart happy, I suppose, is what it comes down to. I'm trying to get to you guys' comments. I didn't expect there was going to be this many. So give me a give me a little bit here. How difficult is it to write your script for your videos? That's I'm figuring that out as I go. So what I do is like I I script and edit the video at the same time. So it's like I put together the clips and script them at the same time. Um, Obviously, I have a general rough outline of how I want the video to go as I'm doing it. But when it comes down to actually like finalizing the video, it's the script is written and edited at the same time, so they're kind of intertwined. So it's hard to separate one from the other for saying how hard it is. I think there's been videos where it's pretty hard because I just can't get the right flow or it just doesn't feel right, and then there's videos where it all just comes together perfectly. So it's really a hit or miss, and I haven't figured out a good way to make it more um, of a hit than a miss. It's just kind of I'm at the mercy of mercy of whatever it is that day, I suppose. Thank you. Yeah. Should make one of those 3D printed propeller launcher things. You mean like one of those, like the thing you spin in your hand and it like takes off? Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what you're talking about. Add a new turret, the knife throwing turret. That is a good idea, actually. Or a knife throwing trebuchet. Man, you guys have some good good ideas in here. I might have to steal some of these. I like that. One second, my fingers are too like fat or something. They're not scrolling the chat correctly. Planning on buying a proper CNC or lathe anytime soon? Brother, I wish I could. Those things are pretty expensive. So, and I'm not doing that well yet to afford that. So, I would love to have one of those. I actually was a machinist. I ran CNC lathes for like a year and a half. So, I'd love to get one. That'd be really cool. Am I going to make another food making video? We'll see. We'll see if the mood strikes me. I don't know. If I can think of a good idea for a food video, then I might. Are you talking about the salad? I'm not sure I would call that a food making video. It'd be a food destroying video. Where do I live? In the United States of America, baby. Thank you guys for the compliments. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. It's such a weird feeling to be able to like make something stupid and then people that I don't know enjoy it. It's just I don't know if anybody's like made something and then shared it with people, and then people are like, "Oh, that's cool." It's a very strange feeling, I suppose. It's cool that I don't know. It's cool that a lot of people like what I make, and I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful for that. Is the audio bad? Audio frying a bit? That's not good. What I do for coding, most of it is just like Arduino, and so I guess that's what like C language, basically C++ kind of thing. Um, I know HTML, JavaScript, like web dev stuff as well. I'm kind of familiar with Python. I've never touched Java, and I probably never will. So um, I should go to the moon for research. Okay, if you pay for my ticket, I will go. Recently found your video, this channel through the elevator video. Did a lot of laughing. Awesome. How do you afford all this stuff, and where do you get your coding knowledge? Coding knowledge is all basically self-taught. There's tons of resources out there. There's freecodecamp.org.com. Freecodecamp is really good. You can learn a lot of like web dev stuff on there, which is kind of what I started with coding. Arduino is all self-taught. Again, tons of resources out there. It's pretty simple. I mean, you just start with small stuff and then you get bigger and bigger. You have a project in mind that you want to do, and then you figure out how to do that. That's really my learning process for a lot of this stuff. Especially with coding, you can kind of get stuck in like what people call like tutorial hell, where you'll just watch one tutorial after another, and then you'll like get really good at the syntax, I guess, but not the actual like what am I trying to say? You need to be able to choose a project that you want in your mind to be able to make, and then try to make that project. That's the best way I've found to learn stuff, is have a project and set a goal and try to make it, and that you're going to learn so much more than you ever will in like a, hey, here's how you know, declare an integer or whatever, stuff like that. It's good. At least that's what I do. Knife gun? No. Maybe. What car stays under the cover in your garage? It's a 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle. Yeah, actually, this is my garage right now. It is unbelievably messy. Um, I'm doing the injectors on my truck. If anybody owns a LB7, they'll understand. So it's kind of cramped right now, but I have to do that before the drive back. I think my stupid camera just messed up. Hold on, I'm fixing the camera. Okay, there we go. Okay. Convert your truck to carburetors then. That is an interesting idea. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'll take it into consideration. How about that? You know, you can buy 3D printed sheet metal, CNC metal parts out of aluminum or titanium. Uh, I did not know that actually. I don't have a good I don't have a good like metal. Wait, yeah, I know you can buy CNC metal parts that they. What are you talking about? I thought you meant just like sheets. I read sheet metal and then um, I don't know. My brain is not working this morning. Sorry, everybody. Can you try and meet a small collab with the Michael Reeves? Yeah, let me call him up real quick and get a collab going with him. I'm sure that'll I'm sure that'll go well. Ignored my question. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. There's a lot more. I'm talking too slowly. Apparently, there's more questions than I can answer real quick. Build an RC plane. I do want to do something with planes eventually. Once I get, I don't know, once I get a good idea for it, I want to make something that flies remotely or autonomously. That'd be cool. If it's autonomous, I kind of get into some legal muddy waters there. I think so. Got to be careful with that. But are you gonna make any videos with rockets? I made the rocket powered shoes. Any proper rockets? I would like to. If I can think of a good video. Again, a lot of these like topics I would also um, I would love to make stuff on. I just have to think of a good video idea for it. Have you ever had to scrap a video? Yes, I have, and I was looking over there because I thought I still had it, but I made I made like a 5 or 6 foot long Gatling gun for spears. So I did like a wooden dowel. Wooden dowel that was like 4 feet long, I think, or 3 feet long, and then 3D printed spear tips on it. And then it was supposed to be a giant Gatling gun, so you could actually like rotate it and the spears would release. And it was like 6 spears, but I could never get the release mechanism correct. And at the time, I wasn't making any money from the videos, and it was a huge money sink. So I just I couldn't justify spending any more money on it, so I scrapped it. But I might revisit it. It was kind of cool. We'll see. Make sure you keep including some of the failures. Yeah. I think failures. I think the failures are pretty interesting in videos because it kind of shows like it kind of gives more of like a storyline, right? You know, every main character, if you want to call it that, or hero or whatever, needs like a villain, I suppose. And I guess you could say the failures are like the villain or like the thing you have to overcome. So I always like to keep those in. I mean, like my elevator video was one giant failure. That's all it was a big failure. So it's pretty interesting that that did the best, which is kind of funny. If time goes backwards, could we remember the future? That is a good question. I've never even thought about that. I see we have some philosophers in the chat here. Drink water. This is my water right here. It's coffee. I feel getting a million TF2 comments. I have a bone to pick with you because you are the one that started that, I believe. So thank you for that. Well, you started the TF2 Scout rumors, actually. Not, I guess, not the TF2 general. I don't know what happened. That video like went into the TF2 community algorithm apparently, and uh, just went off there because everyone was like, "Sentry going up," or TF2, whatever. But it was pretty funny. I enjoyed it for a while. I got $20. Can I afford that gorgeous car? You can afford it for like a couple miles, and then you'll have to spend that 20. That thing goes through fuel like I don't know. It goes through fuel like crazy. So something V8 whatever. Man, thanks guys for joining. This is cool. What's your worst injury from making one of your videos? I think the worst thing was I just cut my finger. I got 4 stitches in it. Um, it's healing pretty well. I think maybe you can see that. But yeah, I had 4 stitches. I was using a knife, an X-Acto knife. Where's the weapon? Here it is, right here. Actually, it wasn't even really an X-Acto knife. It's like a plexiglass score marker and cutter to cut plexiglass. Anyway, I was using it to work on the knife throwing robot. Ironic, and it slipped and just went shing right through my finger. So it's kind of weird. I've never had like cut nerves before, so I can kind of feel this part of my finger. But I did cut something in there because I didn't cut any like ligaments or whatever these things are called, tendons or something, because I can still use it. But like right here, it kind of feels like I don't know. If you know what it's like when you have like a band-aid on and then you touch the outside of the band-aid, you can kind of feel like the pressure on the inside. That's kind of what it feels like, but it's strange. I don't know how to explain it. Just joined. Sorry for this. Ask for what's your background, education, prior job experience? Okay, so I'm an electrical engineer by education and by profession. Also, I worked working as electrical engineer. I worked at a bakery. I worked at a park as a park ranger. That was pretty fun. Actually, probably was the most fun job I've ever had. Was the park ranger job. Unfortunately, there's not. I mean, it doesn't really pay well in the long run. So, and it was seasonal. So, and then I was a CNC lathe machinist for about a year and a half. Also did some stamping, like metal stamping, and milling as well. And then electrical engineer. So make something that people forces people to be hydrated. If only there was something that someone had done like that before. That would be a great idea. No one would watch it, but it would be a great idea. I keep trying to scroll through here and my fingers are like sweaty or something like that, so it's not working. Project with a taser. Yeah, I would like to do. I don't know. People like tasers. People like lasers. People like stuff that hurts. So I should probably dip my toes into that more, and maybe it'll do better. Taser would be kind of fun though. I don't know what I would do. Like make a drone with a taser or something. I don't know. Taser gun that shoots the manual ones. So like a taser gun that shoots a taser out of like a gun that shoots a physical taser out of it. I'm gonna have to start writing these down. So I'm gonna start writing these down. Automatic insect blaster. Yeah, somebody isn't there something going around like on Kickstarter right now that yeah, or maybe Alan Pan or something like that did that, but you could like it zaps the I swear I read something like it uses lasers to down a bunch of mosquitoes like an anti-aircraft gun or something like that. That'd be cool. I am already graduated. Can I split an atom in your garage? I can try. I don't think it'll go well. Will I be at Open Sauce next year? Yeah, I'm hoping to be at Open Sauce next year. I can't this year because, like I said, we're in the middle of moving right now. So, unfortunately, I couldn't attend this year. But next year, if he still puts it on, which hopefully he will, hopefully this year goes well enough that he can afford to put it on next year, I'll definitely be there. It looks really fun. I wish I were there. But yeah, take a bite of yogurt. Thank you. I've been waiting to eat this. I appreciate that. The audio's popping. Let me see if I can fix this. Is that any better? I don't think so. Is this audio better? Yay, nay. Audio good, audio bad. I'll keep talking. It's better now? Is this true? Okay. Okay, audio better. Good. Quality's worse. A little drowned. Worse. All right. Let me switch back. Is this okay? It shouldn't be popping. That's stupid. I think maybe I'm just being stupid about these DJI mics or whatever. They're supposed to be good lap mics or whatever they're called. Poppy. Do you have a team or do you edit and record everything? It's just me. I am my team. So I edit and record everything by myself. Am I a cat or dog person? Dog. I do not like cats. I'm allergic to cats, so they never had a fair chance with me. But seems good. Everyone else is just lagging. It's everyone else that's the problem. When's my next vid? I was hoping I could make it before I moved, but that's not the case. So it's going to be August sometime, unfortunately. But once I get back, I can put a lot more time into it. So hopefully they'll be coming out like just hotcakes, once every 3 weeks or so. Let's see. Make something similar. That is okay. So I've got a list of video ideas. One of them on there is actually SpongeBob's foghorn alarm clock. That's funny. I actually wanted to make like the whole whiskey barrel thing and put the giant foghorn on it and see if it would work. I might do that. It's on there still. That's funny that you bring that up. Do I like Legos? Yes, I love Legos. They're all packed up right now. Otherwise, I'd show you some Legos. But I do like Legos. How did you get into making videos? Basically, I was at work, so I got out of college, and I had this notion in my head of what engineering was, and I got into a job where I couldn't do any I didn't do any design engineering or anything like that, and it was pretty boring. So I needed to do some engineering on my own time, and the only way I could justify spending a lot of money on a hobby for like parts and stuff was to have a potential return on it. So I was like, I'll make, I guess, YouTube videos because tons of other people make maker content, just build stuff. And if I could get if I could get pay for itself, that'd be cool. So that was like I guess it was for my own sanity at the time to make these because it was like an outlet for it. But obviously it's gone a lot farther. Am I wearing pants? Next question. Where do I come from? I hail from the land of United States of America. I come from Oregon. I'm currently in Utah and moving back to Oregon. So doing a little flip flop there. Any ideas for upcoming builds? Yeah, so I've got the the knife throwing robot part 2 that I want to finish and make that actually functional and work. Um, yeah, so I want to do that, and then beyond that, I got a couple ideas, but I need to sit down and brainstorm some, like actually flesh out some ideas and figure them out. I don't know. We'll see. The $1 thing worked really well, so I'm wondering if I can make like a boat with super cheap parts or something like that. I don't know, and then actually be able to go on uh, the water with it. That'd be fun. Face reveal. I'll probably do a face reveal at like 100K subs or so, maybe 200K, just to keep you guys waiting a little bit. I feel like it's very a monumentous occasion for the face reveal. So can you make a Roomba that tries to give you CBT if you make a mess? What is CBT? Am I exposing myself here? I don't know what the CBT is. Computer-based training. Is that really what CBT is? I don't think that's what CBT is. Google it. I don't know if I want to Google that. Save search off. Yeah, Google it. Oh, wait, I think I know what that is. No, that's crazy. Is YouTube paying for my engineering at home? It is now. Yeah, it's paying for all of the parts and stuff, which is cool. Brain damage. I've been trying to make content similar to yours, but I keep having the project go to crap and have to scrap the video. Uh-oh. Do you have any recommendations or words of wisdom for that? I mean, what do you mean the project go to crap? Like it doesn't work, or you just don't want to do it anymore? Like what does that mean? Because like people were saying earlier, the failure is, I think, failures are innately interesting because it's like this obstacle that you have to overcome, you know. So if you can keep failures in there, and then as long as you can like deliver something, if you can deliver somewhat of a product at the end or something like that, or just take people on the journey, it's pretty interesting. Um, but if it's, I don't know, it's really up to you. If you don't like it, then uh, and then just don't do it. If you feel like it's going to be bad, if you feel like it's going to be bad, then other people are going to notice that and also think it's bad. If that makes any sense. If you think it's going to be good, other people are going to notice that and be like, "Hey, this guy had a good time making it," or whatever. So human lifespan is about 700,000 hours. Never tell me that again. Thank you. How do you feel about spending over 1/10,000th of that on your builds? I mean, people go to work for what, a third of their lives basically, or maybe a quarter of their lives if you even out childhood and retirement or whatever. But I don't know. I'd rather spend my time doing this, if that makes sense. It does make sense. I'd rather spend my time doing this than traditional 9 to 5 kind of thing. So I'm fine with it. Any collabs coming up with YouTubers? Um, any collabs coming up soon, or YouTubers you'd like to collab with? No, nothing coming up soon. YouTubers I'd like to collab with. I mean, it'd be cool to collab with anyone in this space, I guess, maker space or whatever. I'm not really sure what we would do, but because the video structure is kind of like I don't know how well collabing would lend itself to the video structure that I make on this channel of like the certain narrative, like whatever. I don't know how to really explain it, but I don't know. We'll figure out something. A reverse Roomba makes a mess instead of cleaning. That'd be kind of funny. Use a bunch of smoke detectors to make a nuclear reactor. I think you guys think I am a lot more skilled than I actually am. I can get away with a lot of stuff because I make videos, so movie magic a little bit. Uh, it's not as But you can't even make a nuclear reactor out of smoke detectors. What are you even talking about, Clayton? Who is your inspiration? I wouldn't really say there's who. It's more like a type of genre or whatever. Like if you've ever seen the movie Airplane or like the Naked Gun movies, like that kind of humor is my inspiration. Um, so I try to emulate like that kind of stuff because I think those movies are absolutely hilarious. And if I could just emulate a small portion of that in my videos, I will be happy because I die laughing at those. I just also watched this movie called Hot Shots, which is like the exact same kind of genre. It's a spoof on Top Gun. Hilarious. Highly recommend. Airplane, Hot Shots, and Naked Gun series. I highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's awesome. And then you'll never have to watch my videos again because you'll be like, oh, this guy's just trying to be those guys. Okay, going back on the failed project, doesn't work, usually hits a roadblock. I don't have the experience to work past. Often lose motivation at that point. Yeah, that's understandable. I think then you need to either, if it's truly a roadblock that you can't work past or you can't figure out how to work past, then you need to lower the scope of your projects to something that you can like work to. I think eventually you're going to be able to work past any roadblock. It's really just like learning stuff. I mean, unless there's like some monetary or physical roadblock that you can't like actually do, if that makes sense. But if it's something like, oh, I don't know how to code this or whatever, I think you can eventually get through that. It's going to take time, but you can figure that out eventually. And it might just be some of these projects you have to shelf for later. But yeah, yeah, like U.S. Army SF Minecraft says you have to keep trying. Wise words from Mr. U.S. Army SF Minecraft. Tell us about the purple car. It's not purple. I'll tell you about that. It's to be fair, it does kind of look purple. It's blue. It's a Chevelle. If your channel popped off and you became rich, what kind of expensive projects would you do? That's a good question. Um, I would obviously I would buy a bunch of tooling. So I'd buy like, a lathe, a mill. I think most of my expenditure would actually just be in tooling. So, yeah, tools. There's a ton of tools I want. There's like a billion things on a list somewhere that I have that I want. That's a lot of money. So that would be obviously my first buy. And then beyond that, it would just be whatever. I mean, I could build whatever I want, like a huge metal sculpture, a giant cube of titanium. I'd build that, I mean, it'd be whatever, just stupid things. It'd be pretty fun though. Can you make a sentient AI with the capability to self-replicate? This guy wants to see the end of the world. I love Airplane. Me too. I love airplanes as well. 100%. If you can't do everything in your head to start with, don't start the video. If you're well, hold on there. That's not what I said. I think okay. There's a problem with a lot of like people who make stuff or people who want to make projects or people who want to do stuff, and I am one of those people, or I have been for the longest time. And you've probably heard it called like analysis paralysis or whatever, but you get so in your head about thinking like every single step of the project. I can't tell you how many like projects I've born and killed in my head because like I think of it and like, oh, that's great, and then I try to go through all the steps in my head, and then I'm like, ah, that wouldn't work. So then I just kill it, and it probably would actually work in real life, but I just, I just don't. So you do need to think about it a little bit, do some preliminary research for sure, but I would say just go for it after that. If it's like if there's nothing like a huge glaring issue with it, just go for it. I mean, all of my projects here wouldn't even be realized if I had been like just trying to think, oh, if I can do it 100% in my head before I start making it. Because there's going to be things you don't think of. There's going to be solutions you don't think of. Um, it's a process. I mean, it's fun. It's a good time most of the time. How's life? It's good. It's great. Once I get the truck back together, it's going to be even better. Smart people are very good at thinking themselves out of action. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a smart people, but a lot of people do. I see a lot of times in this space, or just people who like making stuff. Like I said, it's you get stuck in about thinking things, and you just really need to do it. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's been my mantra or my mantra, whatever it's called. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good. It just has to be like above average is really what you need to go for, because having it done is a lot better than not having it done. Now, having it done averagely or above averagely is a lot better than not having it done at all. Who is your editor? You're looking at him. How much time do you spend on editing your videos? That's a good question. It's usually like, well, so I edit and script at the same time. So it's like maybe 2 hours or so for every minute of video, 2 to 3 hours for every minute of video that comes out, I think, roughly. I'm not very good at editing either, so I'm not very quick at it. I could probably cut that down. Most of the time is like trying to figure out the storyline and like the script along with the editing. So the editing time is like inflated because it's coupled with the scripting time and like the storyline of the video as well. Yeah, how do you get subscribers? I make videos and people like them and then they subscribe, I think. What's a project that you really want to do? Um, I think it would be funny, and I don't know if it would really fit on the channel, but I've been wanting to buy like an old lawnmower and turn it into like an overlanding rig. If you guys know what overlanding is, it's like you take your vehicle out with like a camper, like your food, everything is. It's like backpacking but with a vehicle. So your vehicle are your legs, and it holds and your backpack as well. This is a bad analogy. Um, you basically go camping out on a trail somewhere, but away from civilization, but you only have your vehicle. I think it'd be funny to take like a riding lawnmower and turn it into an overlanding rig. So you go like 5 miles per hour down the trail, but you've got everything on there. Would be awesome. I think that'd be really fun. That sounds awesome. That would be sick. Okay, I think I might do that then. Actually, yeah. Do you guys think it's a good idea? I guess I'm gonna do it. Nah, push mower. Okay, yeah, let me do a push mower. That sounds like a good idea. That's just me walking then. That's just me walking. That's not fun. That's just backpacking, except my backpack is a push mower. What truck am I working on? I've got a 2003 Duramax. It's an LB7. If you're familiar with those, I'm doing the injectors on it. And if you're familiar with that, then yeah, not a good time. Kind of a good time. It's a learning experience. Does my name start with the letter J? No. He's gonna flex now. I've been flexing my calves this whole time for you. This is awesome. What you could do with the stored air in 2-liter Coke bottles, could you use it as a substitute for an air compressor tank? I don't think you could use it as a substitute unless your air pressure is fairly low. I actually don't know. What would be the failure point on that? Would that be the threads or the bottle itself would explode first? That's a good question. I'm sure somebody's done that test. I'm sure somebody has exploded a 2-liter with air. Duramax injectors, good luck. Yeah. Thank you. I think I'm like 12 hours into this and I'm just now buttoning up one side, so I still have to do the other side. Uh, it's been an experience, that's for sure. YouTube your full-time job right now? Yes, it actually is. So once we move back, it'll be my full-time job, which is really exciting. So that's why I said like I think I can get videos out sooner or quicker. So it's not once every month or once every 2 months. I'm aiming for like once every 3 weeks. Hopefully is the goal. So yeah, hopefully I can get into a groove and get videos out a lot quicker for you guys. That'd be cool. If Mr. B slapped a million into your lap to make whatever you want, what would you want to do? Ooh, maybe like a life-size transformer. That'd be pretty sweet. Something like that would be cool, I think. I don't know. It's a good question. I never even thought about that. I suppose when he slaps $1 million in my lap, I will have to think about it more. But for now, yeah, let's just say a transformer would be cool. Remember those things they put babies in to teach them to walk? Make one for adults, see how far you can run in a day. That is hilarious, actually. I like that. That would be funny. I don't know if I can make a whole video on that, but that would be actually hilarious. Just tuned in. I have an LV7. I've quit driving because it needs injectors. I live in North Carolina. Ooh, do you guys salt over there? I'm lucky. This is like almost a salt-free truck, so it's been like no rusted bolts, nothing like that. If you have to deal with rust too, I think I would lose my mind. I don't know about that. You guys probably do salt over there, huh? Coke bottle can go 80 psi or so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You thinking to add more sarcastic jokes to your videos? I think there's a lot of them in there already. So I don't know if I need to add more. Maybe. That's kind of the video style. It's just fallen into like a rapid fire joke delivery system, I suppose. Some land, some don't, but I think I think the problem is I might just run out of jokes eventually. That'd be unfortunate. What's your wife's career? She does medical. She works in the medical field, which is lucky for me because I know nothing about any of that. So good pair. No, I don't look like the scientist from Black Mesa. I don't look like anybody that you keep making. I don't look like. If you say I look like somebody, I'm ignoring that. Actually, sorry, you lost your privileges. Air raid siren powered by electric helicopter motor. Let me just get like an actual helicopter motor. Oh, electric helicopter motor, like a RC one. Surely you don't mean for me to get an actual helicopter motor, right? Yep, salted, bottom is coated through. Ooh. Ooh. When are you gonna get an I made your stupid ideas video? I actually should I think I can save this chat, so or go back and look at it. So I might collect some ideas from here and I do want to make one of those. That looks pretty fun. I've seen a couple of the maker their engineering channels or whatever you want to call them, maker channels, do videos of I made your stupid ideas or I made your stupid robot ideas or whatever, and looks pretty fun. So Will you stop training robots to use weapons? If not, I'm going to need to learn to run faster. We'll see. We'll see how the knife throwing robot goes. Obviously, it didn't work too well in the first part, so I don't think you have anything to worry about unless you just get super unlucky. Because at this point, it's really just a random number generator if you get hit with a knife or not. But I'm trying to make it a lot more accurate and a lot better. So you might need to run for that. But beyond that, I don't know. We'll see. We might make some more robots with dangerous things on them. How much is your setup / workshop? I have no idea. I just buy the parts. I buy the tools as I kind of need them. So I mean, I've got like a 3D printer. I've got soldering iron, drills, impacts, bench grinder. I mean, I don't have like a ton of stuff, but I do have all the basic stuff to be able to make stuff essentially. I've got a sawzall, jigsaw, so it's probably over. I'd say it's definitely over $1,000. I wouldn't say it's. I wouldn't say it's over. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's over 3. Between 1 and 3, let's say that. You can make a dueling robot with machine vision and auto aim and try to outdraw it. That would be actually kind of cool, like an Old West gunfight kind of thing, except with robots and their knives. That would be kind of neat. That's like that'd be like a different version of, what was that robot movie, Real Steel? Wasn't that the boxing robots? That'd be kind of cool. No, actually, that's what I'd make. If I had $1 million, that's what I'd make. I'd make a Real Steel robot, like the boxing robots. I loved that movie as a kid. That was such a cool movie. Make a piston engine, but the piston is a slice of meat. What? The Stig, I think you, I don't know if you get to suggest any more ideas after that one. You might have lost your privileges on that. Got any plans for what you'll do for the 100K subs video? No. The problem with that is I said I was going to do a giveaway for it, and I am, but I don't know what I'm going to do for the video or the giveaway. And kind of, I'm going to make the giveaway the video kind of thing. That's what I've done in the past, like the walkie-talkies and the what was the thing? Alarm clock. Those things that I gave away were like the focus of the video, so I'd like to do that again, as opposed to just make some unknown thing. I think it's kind of cool to have it in the video, and then it's like a prop, or whatever. But I have to make something that will not get me legally reprimanded, shall we say. So I don't think I could like give away a knife throwing robot to you guys. That might be not, that might be frowned upon. Let's just say that. When you gonna drop the OF? If things get really bad, who knows? How long have you been posting videos to this channel? I only found you a few months ago. I started posting in, well, I made a video a long time ago. I say a long time ago, it was like 3 years ago or whatever. And then I didn't post anything for a while. And then when I first started actually like making YouTube videos or trying to make them, like actually trying to make them better, was in October of 23. So it's been almost 2 years now. This October will be 2 years. So it's been going pretty well, I think, for 2 years. Not bad. Not bad. What videos were you most surprised that popped off? What about failed? The videos I thought were going to do really well, but then failed were like the rocket shoes, the rocket powered shoes. I really thought that one was going to do well, and then it was like my biggest flop, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then I really thought the elevator was not going to do well, and that one's my most viewed by far. So I really, if I can just figure out like what actually is going to do well and what isn't going to do well, then I'll be golden. Because I feel like my videos are at a like a quality or production standpoint that I feel pretty okay with. Like I think they're okay now. I mean, obviously I'll keep improving on them. So I don't think that's like the part that's holding it back. I think it's just the general idea of the video now that either makes or breaks it. And I just need to figure out the rhyme and rhythm of an actual good idea for a video. So what's the problem with my suggestion? Knee can contract when current passes through it. Don't you need like isn't that like the whole way that muscles function or whatever, like electrical currents or something, right? My brain is sending electrons to my whatevers and they move my arm. I don't know. See, yeah, I don't know anything about biology or any of anatomy, so don't. I could be wrong on that. Okay, sorry, Stig. I apologize for what I said earlier. I could be wrong. If you gave it away without the knives, it would probably be fine. Yeah, but it's also pretty dangerous because that aluminum arm will do some serious damage if it hits somebody while it's spinning. That thing actually that thing terrifies me the most. Like, it's gonna, yeah, if it hits you, it's gonna hurt. An outlet that only works when you stick a screwdriver in it. That's going on the 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 list of stupid ideas you guys have for me. What's the video and or machine that you're least happy with and would like to reattempt one day? Honestly, I was kind of just never going to reattempt anything. I'm obviously doing a part 2 to the knife robot, so you can call that kind of like a reattempt. But the one thing I think I could actually do is the elevator because through a ton of comments, like for different ideas for like setups. And also, I, for whatever reason, never looked up how an elevator even works when I was making that video, which is probably the stupidest thing ever. Um, I think I could do a totally different setup on it and actually maybe get it to work if I stop killing the motors. So that one's kind of been bugging me, like in the back of my head, like, oh, I think I could actually pull this off for real this time. So I might revisit that later on down the road if I can actually get a good idea for like how I'm really gonna do it. Because the only way I would do that is if it actually worked. Because obviously it didn't work the first time. Excuse me. It didn't actually work the first time. So the only way I would do that is if it actually worked. So, but that's kind of been nagging at the back of my mind for for if I can yogurt break. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. People like weird autist content. Whew, I can't even read that one. Because people like extremes. The motor for the elevator was $1. Take that formula and apply to something else. Can I drive a car with a $1 motor? I know. I think you're right. I think you're right. Also, people like the monetary stuff. I mean, look at like Mr. Beast or whatever. All of his videos are like $500,000 or 1 million for whatever. People like the $1 or the all that kind of stuff. So I should try to take that idea of the $1 motor. And you're right. I probably should try to do like make a go kart out of it or make a boat motor out of it or something like that. Just apply it to a bunch of different things. Yeah, absurdity or high efforts for small thing has been popping off. Yeah, that's a good point. I think people just like stupid ideas, I suppose. If good lord, if that's what you're saying. There are thousands of videos on YouTube of creators with wild inventions with clickbait thumbnails. Rocket shoes video. Yeah, I couldn't think of a good. I honestly thought like just the rocket working on the shoes was going to be enough for thumbnail, and then it didn't. And then I tried to change it a bunch and crashed out and panicked and changed it like 1,000 times, and I think that might have killed it. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think I just need to figure out like what people actually want to see because like there's a bunch of projects I have in mind that I'm like, oh, this would be cool, but I don't think like it would do well like on a thumbnail or a title. So it's just kind of dead in the water. I just saw a fly go by, Venus fly. Yeah, there's a couple flies in here. My garage has been open while I'm working on my vehicle because I can't fit the truck all the way in, so it just sticks out. So flies been freaking coming in here. Dang it! Will you ever do YouTube full time? Yes, I will be doing it once we finish moving in August. So beginning of August or something like that will be my like official full time start kind of thing. So it'll be pretty exciting. I think it'll go well. Hope it goes well. If it doesn't go well, that would not be very exciting. A shoulder reveal? Why do you need a shoulder reveal? It's just a shoulder. I don't think we all need it. I think maybe you need that. And I'm save for 100K. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, we'll save it for 100K. How about that? How long do you think it would take for you to put a slice of mozzarella cheese on a snare drum? That's a great question, actually. I've been waiting for somebody to ask that one. I don't have a slice of mozzarella cheese at home, so I'd have to go to the store. And I also don't have a snare drum. Now, if I had to make my own snare drum, that's an entirely different question. But I think you're asking like a manufactured snare drum. So I'd have to go to a store with a snare drum and also a store with a piece of cheese. So I'd say like an hour. Let's say ballpark an hour. 57 minutes. I could do it in 57 minutes. Can you put me in a room for a month and give me $500,000 or something? Mudan. I don't have a room to put you in, and I don't have $500,000. So sorry. Otherwise, I would. What's great for the absurdity angle is actually ChatGPT. What if thought experiment? Like, what if all of Niagara Falls went through a straw? Explain the physics if that happened. Yeah, that would be interesting. What I thought would be kind of funny is YouTube now has this thing like built into the YouTube Creator Studio where it gives you like AI recommendations for video, like title, thumbnail, and video outline itself. Like it's crazy. It's weird. And what's even crazier is I looked up this knife throwing. I typed in like knife throwing robot into the AI thing, and it made this like outline for me for the knife throwing robot for the robot to throw knives at my face. It specifically said that it was like uh, follow the build at the end. Test the knife throwing robot against the creator's face and see if the creator survives. This was YouTube's AI recommending this be in the video, by the way. This was like the YouTube AI itself. So I thought that'd be pretty funny. But I think it'd be pretty funny to make a video like totally just following the AI to see how bad of a video it would make. AI freaky. Yeah, it is freaky. He was trying to end me, apparently. It's a little evil, I would say. But I think it'd be funny to make like a video that tries to follow the YouTube AI like specifically and see what happens. But balloon house like up. Okay, so I'm gonna need a house for that. I don't have that. I'm gonna need. I think someone's already theorized how many balloons it would take to lift the house from up. I'm pretty sure. I swear I saw something like that a while ago. Yeah, what's up, Jumping Square? Good to see you. He's one of the OGs for all you youngins that don't know. He's been with the channel for a long time. How's your wife with you going full time in the future? She's excited. I think she sees the vision. I see the vision. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing this if she didn't support it. So I'm very grateful and I'm very lucky that she supports this. So um, yeah, and she can patch me up so we can save on medical bills too. Takes over 7,000 helium balloons to lift a single man. Okay, if that's true, then you would need like what? At least 8,000 to lift a house, I think. Give AI a list of materials and tools you have available in your workshop and have it give you an idea of what to make with instructions and follow the instructions exactly. That is actually an interesting, I do like that premise. I do like that premise. I might have to write that down. Well, I guess it's already written down. I might have to come back and just checked. And of course, Mr. Beast made a video where he lifted a house. Is that where it was? Am I neurodivergent? I like to think. I like to think not. Uh, maybe I am. Something is diverging up there. I just don't know what it is. What's your favorite? What's your favorite Fortnite rank? I haven't played Fortnite in 8 years, so I have no idea. I didn't even know there was ranks actually. Can you play ranked now? Is there a ranked system in that? Do I use Linux? No. I have used Linux. I have used Linux before, and I would like to learn more. I think it's interesting. I just don't have the time or reason to learn it right now. I mean, if I make a project that needs it, then I'll definitely learn it. But and maybe I should use that as an excuse. But for now, it's. But for now, no. I've used it a couple times, but not regularly. It's not. It's not like on any of my systems. You made an AI video for an Iron Man helmet? Oh, interesting. I wonder how that went. Ranked Battle Royale. That's crazy. I can't believe they've ranked. Start with using Arch on a virtual machine. Is Arch a Linux, what do they call them, distributions? Is that what that is? Ubuntu? Distros. I thought what the heck that thing is? Ubuntu. I thought that was like the go-to. Do you think you'll become the next I Did a Thing? Maybe. Just the American version. We'll see how well this goes. It'd be cool if I could. Can you bench 225? No, I can't. That's one of my goals, though. I really want to be able to bench 225. I got really close. I was at 205, I think, last time I was on a bench for like a couple reps. So I think I could have done at least like 210 or 215. But 225 is my main goal once I go back to the gym. So I relate to you because I also cut corners and give up a lot. Thank you. I'm I'm honored. Honored to be a role model, or at least be relatable, I suppose, in that regard. What flavor of engineer? I'm the double E flavor. My favorite Harbor Freight lover. Oh no, are you my Harbor Freight stalker person? Is that you? Ubuntu's the Vista of Linux. Oh, okay. Yeah, I won't be using that then. I hated Vista when that came out. That was such garbage. I skipped it completely. Do you think you could bench the bench? I mean, is the bench less than 225? Nerf gun hooked up to an air compressor. That'd be kind of cool, like an air-powered minigun or something like that, or Gatling gun or something. That'd be actually a good idea. I like that. Can you make a robot that will make you throw it back? What would that even look like? How's it going to make you do that? Like under threat of physical harm or something like that? If you don't throw it back, it's going to tase you or something. And then how are you going to know if you throw it back? Do you have to like train a like AI vision model on people throwing it back for it to detect you are so-called throwing it back or not. That's ridiculous. I love that idea. It's hilarious. Ubuntu is for people who like a nice GUI and want Linux. Oh, you are my Harbor Freight stalker. Nice to see you. I was actually at Harbor Freight the other day, and you weren't there, so no question. Wanted to mention that your writing and delivery style are highly entertaining. Thank you, Kevin K. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I don't know how it works, but it seems to be working all right. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. What's up with people giving you suggestions for builds? I love it. It's awesome. You guys give me stupid ideas, and I'll just turn those into like well, like I said earlier, you probably weren't here, but I wanted to make I want to make like a I made your dumb, you know, ideas, or I made your dumb like video ideas or build ideas or something like that would be kind of fun. So if you got stupid ideas, leave them in the chat, and then I can go back and read them if I miss them or not, and start making a list of these bad boys, because so far there have been some pretty good ones, I think. Rabies infected Nerf darts. Okay, this guy's trying to get me put in jail. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you protect your lungs from stuff when you're making stuff? I usually hold my breath. When I'm soldering, I'll blow the fumes away, so like that. So I can only breathe in when I'm not soldering. That's kind of what I do. So I'd say that's like an 8, I think. I'm pretty careful. How's my day going? It's going well, Philippe. Philippe, thank you. Boomerang robot. I like that. Make a compressed air engine. Yeah, Tom Stanton has a monopoly on that, so I don't think I'm going to step into his field unless I can think of an idea that uses a compressed air engine for some other reason. But if you guys don't watch his videos, they're very good. I think they're very interesting. I don't know. He's got that dialed, like the air engine thing. He's got that figured out, and just money. Rabies infected Nerf bolts is amazing. No, it's not. Not if you're the one building it. Well, I guess if you're the one building it, then it would be good. But if you're the one getting hit by it, it would not be good. Give the robot the Nerf Gatling gun. Throw it back. You guys like to throw it back. Oh, God dang it. 1 second, my chat is down. Which EE field did I concentrate in? I don't really have like a specialty. My school didn't really have like a, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, like a specialized in. It was just EE. I would basically do anything except for big power. I don't want to do transmission lines or substations or stuff like that. I don't really care for all that. I do like electronics, microcontrollers, stuff like that, hardware design, like FPGA, stuff like that is where my interests are really. 45 people are watching, not anymore. That's how it goes. How it goes. Are you gonna keep working on the elevator? I think it's your best invention yet. I was saying that earlier. I think if I can definitely figure out a way to make it work with a $1 motor, given like the feedback and ideas that everyone's left in the comments for different gearing setups and a whole different like design for the platform and like counterweights. If I could definitely figure it out, I think I would do a part, or not really a part 2, but like a remake of the elevator to try to get it to. Sorry about that. Try to get it to work for real, because obviously the first time was a total failure. But do you regret some of your builds? I wouldn't say regret any of my builds. Every build I've done has increased my knowledge in a specific area of like So like the elevator, I greatly increased my knowledge in like gearing. The rocket powered shoes, that was greatly increased in like radio control and like how to set up a radio control system and stuff like that. So um, every video has like contributed to my pool of knowledge that I'm trying to expand. So even if it flops, it's like good in the long run. At least that's the mindset I have to keep because then otherwise it's just a flop and there's no spend a bunch of time and money on it and then nobody watched it and whatever. But I have to keep in mind that each project I do learn a new skill from, or I hone skills, or I learn a better way to do something. So you just gotta keep that in mind. What are my goals on YouTube, metric wise, timeline wise? Obviously, I'd like to. I don't know. I'd like the channel to just like go crazy. I guess it has gone crazy in the last like um, 90 days or whatever. We started the year January. We were at 20,000 subs, and now we're like quadruple that, over quadruple. So it's been a very great first half of the year so far, and I'm hoping it just keeps going. So goals on YouTube, metric wise, timeline wise. So timeline wise, I guess my goal right now is to hit 100K subs before October 29th, because that'll be like my 2-year anniversary making videos on YouTube. So that's the one right now, and then my goal really should just be to keep making videos for you guys, and then it'll go where it goes, and hopefully it goes up. That's really all I can do. So a lamp that follows you around so you don't have to turn on lights around the house. That would be very practical. I like that idea. I smell the fumes of solder, so I know it's working. I should actually do that. Probably smells better, or it smells a different way when it's working, right? He mainly plays TF2. I do not. That is a lie. This guy, Dark Dodoshka, is a liar. Do not listen. Do not listen. Make a robot that will steal your kidneys. Boomerang robot. Do you have a favorite joke / segment that you put on one of your videos? I think in every video I try to have at least one part of the video that I really like or I think is really funny. Um, so that's my goal usually with the videos, is have at least one part where I think it's really, really good. And I am blanking right now and I can't think of any parts in any of the videos. But I know in most of them there's some like a joke or segment that I do like. I don't know. I can't think of any right now, but there's one of them in there somewhere. How likely do you think is an angle grinder related death for you? I think it is a lot less likely now because I am not playing around with it anymore. After the, what was it, the kitchen video? Yeah, after I put the grater, the yeah, the grater on the end of the angle grinder and that flew off and almost hit me, I was like, okay, maybe I can make videos without playing with the angle grinder in that way. So I think it's decreased drastically for sure. Be cool to do something with tractor magnets. What are tractor magnets? Like a farm tractor? Magnets for a farm tractor? I like tractors. That'd be cool. I should just get a tractor actually. Have you been approached by any big companies for sponsorships? What do you mean by big company? Because I have had a couple sponsorships so far in the videos. I guess the biggest one would be like the JLC brand. I haven't had JLC PCB, which I think is their biggest like brand, but I've done their auxiliary brands of like the mechatronics and the CNC stuff. So I guess that would be the biggest one. Yogurt break, thank you. This is looking pretty good over here. Most difficult project you've done so far? That's a good question. Honestly, the knife throwing robot is pretty difficult from a like just execution standpoint. There's so many variables in it, and there's so many like ways that could go wrong that I would say it has to be the hardest because it's the one video that I've made that I'm like, it didn't have a conclusion to it. It's been open ended. There's a part two coming for it now that I'm working on. So I think I have to say that it's the knife throwing robot because it just straight up didn't work the way I thought it was going to. I put so many hours into just testing it and trying to figure out something that would like stay the same. I had no control variable. Everything was just changing every single time. Even if I didn't change any numbers or code or anything, the outcome would be different. So it was driving me crazy. So I think that was probably my hardest, most difficult project so far. I would say so, and I'm still working on it. So I'm sure it's only going to get harder. What games do I play? Um, right now, I'm playing some Risk of Rain 2. If anybody's played that, I like BeamNG Drive, which is a car driving simulation game. It's really fun. It's like soft body physics. You can crash cars and stuff. I've been playing some Valorant with some friends. I think that's about all I play right now. Yeah, I think that's about all I play right now. TF2 I played years ago. I do not play TF2 on the daily, like some people in the chat are claiming. Some liars, I would say, in the chat are claiming. Make a self-balancing unicycle with reaction wheels or something. A channel called We Make Machines did something like that, except it was a bicycle, not a unicycle. It was a bicycle. They made a self-balancing bicycle, which was actually really cool. Who's your biggest inspiration? I think that'd have to be like I was saying earlier, I don't really have like it's more of like a conglomeration. So obviously, like I look to the big engineering YouTube channels to see what they're doing correctly, and obviously I watch like William Osman, Michael Reeves, Backyard Scientist. I did a thing like Tom Stanton, like those guys. I watch their videos, and so I see what they're doing, and then also from like just a humor or kind of like video idea standpoint, it's mostly like the older movies like Airplane or Naked Gun or Hot Shots. Like those movies, I find absolutely hilarious. And if you haven't watched them, go see them. This is my second plug for them now. Go watch them because they're really funny. And you'll see that. Hopefully, you'll see that. Like when you watch it, you're like, oh, this is kind of where I take my inspiration from. So if I can just emulate a little bit of them, I'd be happy. Reminds me of Daniel from Waterjet channel. I've not actually watched the Waterjet channel, so I should probably go see what that's all about. Make a claw make a claw machine for the toilet. That is diabolical, my good sir. But that actually would be really funny. That would be really funny. What made you go with Makita? My dad has had Makita for as long as I can remember, and they're like the same tools. So if they can last, 15 years, I think I'm more than happy with them. I have no complaints about them whatsoever. So they're great. Do you think you'll make merch with the words omnipotent googs someday? I mumble it everything. I make a Google search. That's funny. I didn't know that was such a memorable quote. No, I probably won't, but that is pretty funny. Like those magnets that lift stuff in junkyards or tractor magnets. Oh, because they can lift a tractor, right? Tractor magnets, if I remember correctly, have a central magnet. Oh, he's ignoring all the oxyhydrogen stuff. That's actually a serious question. What is that? Oxyhydrogen? What is oxyhydrogen? I'm not good with chemistry. Chemistry and biology are my two weakest fields. ROR2 is the goat. It is really good. Too many degrees of freedom in the knife throwing robot. I think you're right, which is why I'm changing the way that the knives are held and the way they're being deployed. They were like parallel to the arm, so they were like coming around like this, and the knife is up here, right? and I'm changing them to be more like this, so they're gonna be perpendicular to the arm and almost be thrown like a dart almost. And I got better knives, so the tips are heavier than the end, so it should propel itself forward and stay like true when it's thrown. So I'm hoping that will fix a bunch of issues, and also the release mechanisms changed as well. Any spoilers about upcoming projects? I guess that was a spoiler. Was the way that the knife throwing robot is changing? I don't really. I don't know. That's the only project I'm working on right now, so I don't have a spoiler for any other ones because that is the only project I have. So. For BeamNG, do you use a steering wheel and pedals? No, I use a mouse and keyboard, which is probably the worst way to play the game. It's incredibly hard to drive because I mean, you guys have probably have driven a driving game on the mouse and keyboard, and it's like, you know, you don't really have any. There's no leniency with the turning, so it's either on all the way or off all the way, and it's a lot of tapping when driving. And Tegza for the rocket engines, yeah, I do watch some of his stuff too for the rocket engines. He's pretty cool. How do you feel about the new Naked Gun trailer? That's a good question. Some of the jokes in there, I think actually, I'm hoping beyond hope that they don't ruin it. And the trailer so far has actually looked pretty funny. I laughed at some of the jokes. And the director for it is the guy who did, he's like part of the Lonely Island, I think. And he did Popstar Never Stopping, the Lonely Island like movie or whatever it was back in 2016, I think. And I actually thought that movie was really funny. It didn't do well. It flopped horribly. I thought it was funny. So if he keeps like that same kind of humor into the Naked Gun movie, I think he'll be good. Should make a robot for open source next year. Uh, yeah, that would be funny. I'd have to make something. I should probably start keeping my projects that I make like together so I can showcase them at some point, because right now what I'm doing is like making a project and then cannibalizing the parts from that and then putting it into the new project so I can keep costs down. But I think it'd be cool to keep the projects around a little bit longer, so I can show them off at like, open source or something. Should make a second channel with more of the less edited and longer form content. I've been thinking about making a second channel to do more not so structured videos, more of like a vlog style of just like working on vehicles or something like that. I don't know. I have to figure it out and do something like that. I don't know if you guys have seen like William Osman's second channel where he just like works on his farm or whatever. I think that stuff is super entertaining. So if I could maybe do something like that, would be pretty interesting. Can you show us the new knives? Uh, these are the new knives compared to these. So they're a lot heavier. They're a little bit thicker, um, but the tip is like weighted. So it's when it gets released, it should throw straight as opposed to tumbling. Because those other knives, um, the the balance on these are pretty bad. Like this is almost heavier than the actual tip. So if you throw it like that, it doesn't even throw like a dart. It kind of will just tumble over, which is no bueno if you're trying to stick something into a target. You can stop asking that, Nunessa. I'm not going to fall for that. Good try. I guess you must have, but have you seen the Quint Builds knife throwing? Yeah, I have. That thing is incredible, and I will never be able to make what they made. The engineering that they put into that to be able to like calculate the amount of like rotation you need for the knife is insane, and I'm not going to pretend to be able to make something like that. So, but their video is very good on it. Ooh, you lost me on that one, Austin. Make a sleeping bag size slippery water tube toy that births you out of bed. That's crazy. I liked your machine claw toilet idea better. That one's wild. Engine that runs on water. If I do that, then I will be die by suicide from 2 shots in the back of the head, unfortunately. Knife controlled car. All controls are only in one knife, including steering and the pedals. Say book in Russian. Book in Russian. I did a thing. What did you do? Make a vacuum tube food delivery system for pasta. Oh. Oh. The vacuum tube food delivery system, like at the banks or whatever, where you roll up and they suck up the thingy. Whatever it's called. Should make the ejecto-ceto cuz from FNF. I don't know what that is. But if it's an ejection seat, that sounds pretty fun. Let me see if my camera's dying. Oh, we still got some time. I think we're going to wrap this up in like 10 minutes or so, maybe. $10 or so. Thank you guys for attending. This is kind of fun. I like being able to talk to you guys like in a live setting. It's pretty. I don't get to do that with obviously the regular YouTube videos. So so it's fun to be able to live chat with y'all. Split water with electricity and run an engine of that mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, see you later, Stig. Thanks for joining. BeamNG that's controlled with targets that you should shoot with a BB gun. Certain targets do certain controls. You're saying like control the game with hitting targets with the BB gun? You would need, that would be so slow. Might be better than the mouse and keyboard. Yeah, that's true. Yogurt. Okay, yeah. Yogurt. Good call. Good call. Am I going to open source? Not this year. I can't because I'm moving, but next year. Well, open source is happening right now, actually, isn't it? So yeah, obviously I'm not going to open source, but next year, if William and team puts it on, then I will be going. I think it'd be really fun. Do you have a Discord server? I do. If you join the channel, it's 99 cents a month, and you get access to the Discord server there. So if you want to support the channel, that'd be cool. And Discord server there, we got I think like 20 some odd people in there, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty hip hop happening. Hydrolysis engine sounds like a good idea. I don't know anything about that. I'll have to start looking up I don't know what you guys are talking about, to be honest with you. I'll have to look that up and see. Please do a TF2 stream. Oops. Sorry. +1 for the Duolingo robot. Wait, I missed that one. Where's the Duolingo robot? Did I miss that? Where's the Duolingo robot? I missed that one. Am I blind? Why can't I find it? Make a Duolingo robot that follows you and shoots you if you speak in English. Okay, everyone's liking the Duolingo. Is that the original prompt? Was the shoots you if you speak in English? Is that correct? Is that the right one? I can't find I scrolled up, I can't find it. How about making a keyboard where every key is an electrode, and if you make a typo, where that you get a little shock. I'm pretty sure. I think you mean keyboard by like a QWERTY keyboard or whatever, like a mouse and keyboard. But I think Joel Creates. I think he made an electrified like piano keyboard where if you play a wrong note or something like that, it shocks you. I'm pretty sure he made that. So similar. Wear a shock collar for the next video. Y'all some freaky. Make it okay. All right. The Duolingo robot would actually be really funny. Nerf gun that shoots electric capacitors to shock people. That would be pretty funny, like fully charged capacitors to shock. You should donate to St. Jude. I think when the channel gets big enough, it would cool to be able to do what am I trying to say? Once the channel gets big enough, it'd be cool to do a fundraiser, whatever it's called, like a fundraiser video or whatever. I mean, obviously, like who's it? Like Ryan Trahan's got that on lock right now, I think, with his 50 states, 50 days kind of thing. I think he's raised like millions of dollars or something with it, which is really cool. But donate your knife throwing robot to St. Jude. Yeah, that'll be my contribution. I'll just start donating my dangerous invention to the children's hospital. Means hello in Lithuanian. Does that actually mean hello? Labas? Labas? Love your channel. What did I just say? Did I just say something bad in Lithuanian? 6.5 mil? He's at 6.5 mil? That's crazy. That's insane. That's unbelievable. Do you have some number in mind where once you've grown that channel enough to be satisfied in a perfect world? Obviously, like the goal is right now to get 100K. Something crazy would be like 1 million subs, but obviously subs don't really subs don't pay the bills, right? Views usually do. So if I could consistently land like 1 million views of video, like get up into the big boy territory, put my big boy pants on and get up in there, I'd be happy with that because that'd be more than enough to live off of and stuff. So that'd be perfect. Production quality and builds are super high quality. Glad you're popping off. Thank you, Exile Vertigo. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a crazy like last 90 days or something like that for the channel. So it's been pretty awesome to watch it all grow. Make the taser whips from Iron Man 2. Ooh, has nobody done that before? That actually, Iron Man 2, that was the guy with with the taser whips, right? He had like the were they whips or chains? Either way, I think they excite Rihanna, but I think he was like cutting cars in half with it and stuff like that. Jay Laser video about to steal that idea. Yeah. It does really mean hello? Okay. All right, good. Hello then from hello, my Lithuanian friend. If you become a billionaire, can I have 20 bucks? Yeah, if I become a billionaire, you can have $20. In fact, everybody in here can have $20. Keep doing your content people will watch. Yeah, that's the goal, is to just keep making videos, keep making good videos, and hopefully people will come to watch it. That's really all I can do. So that is the goal. A robot that identifies ethnicity and passes racist slurs. That's an interesting one. That would be really funny. I don't know if YouTube would like that, even though I think that'd be pretty funny. But Make a real Death Note, which will actually work. I don't know what a Death Note is. Isn't that the thing where you write the name in a book or whatever and they die or something? Everyone's gonna come at you for that $20 when you hit big. Don't forget the OG40. Hey, I have to hit it really big. If I become a billionaire, yeah, I think I can afford what, $800 or whatever that is. 40 times 20. How did you get started making videos? I was really bored at work with what I was doing, so I wanted to make more like technically engineering. I just wanted to be able to not lose my engineering skills. So I just started making projects and filming them because I figured it would it'd be a fun hobby and hopefully pay for itself one day. So that's kind of how I got started. Can you make my dad? Ooh, I don't think I can make that one. I'm sorry. He's my parents' divorce. You guys are asking a little too much of me here, I think. There's a there's a line that has to be drawn of what I can and cannot do. Make a seagull catching net gun. That's true. I hate seagulls, so that would be a good idea, actually. Part two for seagull launching gun. Next tool you're gonna buy? Ooh, I've got a list of tools. I think a drill press is probably realistically gonna be my next tool. Either that or a miter saw, because I don't. All of my saw cuts with wood are atrocious because they're with a skill saw, and um, it's in the name skill saw, and I don't have the skill part. I just have the saw part. So they're like, cut like this or cut like this or whatever. So nothing's square. When I put together a wood project, it's just everything is wrong. If you're comfortable saying what's the ballpark estimate that you made from the elevator vid, I will say my general, like from I think this is general for like the maker niche in YouTube. So if anybody is curious about like the maker niche on YouTube for like monetary stuff, if you guys are going to make your own videos and whatever, um, from what I've seen, for every 1,000 views you get, it can vary based on the project. It can either be like $2.50 or like $5 or even $6 on some. So anywhere between $2.50 to $6 per 1,000 views. So you can go and calculate that out for that range. But that's generally been my experience and what I've seen with other people too. Is I mean, if you're curious about how much you actually make from like ad revenue on those videos, that's what you get. Not gonna fall that for that one, Scruffy Hobo. Good try. That's not a real con. You should make something with a Tesla coil. That would be cool. Like Styropyro. Oh yeah, he's another one that I watched. That dude's crazy. He's awesome. I mean, all due respect, but he is crazy. That is, he's. I don't know how he's not. I don't know how he's alive still. To be honest with you. Do you think I should start doing the same or using my skills for YouTube videos? Um, it depends. I mean, it really is like, uh, if you want to make YouTube videos, if you want to make them, do it. If you don't want to make them, don't do it. If you're not sure if you want to make them, try it. But if you don't like it, then don't do it. Because if you don't like it, you're not going to stick with it. And if you're not going to stick with it, then nothing's going to come of it. So, uh, how about premium member views such as myself? I actually don't know what the premium member breakdown is. Supposedly it's better. YouTube claims it's if you're like a premium YouTube payer, then it's better. Like creators get more money per view um, that you watch or whatever. So theoretically, if everybody who used YouTube Premium, it would pay more to the creators. I haven't actually seen the breakdown on that. I don't know how true that is. What are you gonna do for April Fools 2026? I don't, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna make a specific video for April Fools. +1 for the electrically racist robot. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Haha, 41 people bro fell off. Hey, we're doing well. 44, 40 or however many, I don't know, whatever. Better than my last stream, so that's pretty cool. And I'm not even making anything in this stream. This is just a little chat session, so it wasn't even supposed to be like a big draw. What's your favorite part about making videos? Being done with them, I guess. No, not really. I don't know. That's a good question. I think my favorite part is being able to make something in the physical realm in real life. Like being able to actually make something and see something work in real life is really cool. Also, just being able to like think of something and then realize it is also really fun. So it's like you think of something and then boom, it's in front of you. Like that realization is pretty cool too. So I don't know. I guess some of those. Recently, YouTube has been so annoying with ads. Yeah, I don't know. They've been doing some crazy. No one ever. No one ever accused YouTube of having good like UI changes. So or user experience changes. So yeah, I don't know. Are you gonna finish that Chobani yogurt? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I can't talk when I'm eating yogurt though. What would you do if I told you I'm outside your house? You're not, because my garage door's open right now. What's a project that you really want to do, but the law prevents you to do so? I think it'd be really funny to put a gun on a drone and be able to fly it around and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's highly illegal. That might be like a weapon of war or something. So, um, hello, Mr. Concept. My question for you is, how do you feel about being compared to Ukraine? Yeah. How do you feel about whatever? How do you feel about comparing to I Did a Thing? Do you draw inspiration from him / our fan? Obviously, I've watched his videos. I think the comparison is fair because we both kind of have the same like narration while the video is happening, kind of thing, and it's the same kind of like dry humor, physical stunt, whatever. Um, yeah, I think it's a good comparison. I don't know. I think it's nice to be compared to a bigger channel because people will see like people that like the bigger channels. Obviously, the bigger channels are successful, so it's nice for people to be like, oh, uh, I see a little bit of the bigger channel and you kind of thing. So I think that's a good sign. I don't know. You ever tried picking locks? No. Inflatable gun? That'd be funny. I don't even think I don't even know how that's it would just explode as soon as you try to let a round off. Do you like me too that inflicts have a certain type of brain damage that inflicts pain whenever you want to clean your workspace? I'm sorry, it's a mess right now. I'm in the middle of putting back together my truck and it's just I'm moving so everything's like everywhere. I hate that it's messy and I hate working when tools are everywhere because I have no idea where anything is. Um, so I need to clean it up. Apologies. I know the set isn't very nice. So do I have YouTube Premium? No. You kidding me? No. What's your favorite way to cope with the existential angst? Mine is your videos. I appreciate that. Um, I don't know. Make videos, I suppose. Just enjoy life. Enjoy the sunshine. Comment how nice the sunshine is out when it's sunny. I guess if you live somewhere where it's not sunny, that's going to be harder to do. Do you have any recommendations for other small channels we might like watching? I don't actually know if I don't actually know if I watched like a whole bunch of other small channels, to be honest with you. Um, honestly, most of the content I watch on YouTube nowadays is like automotive stuff, so it's not really in the same niche, but I did want to end the stream. Yeah, that's true, but you guys are talking a lot in here, so figured we'd stick around for a little bit longer. Make a robot to finish the injector job. I wish. That'd be nice. That actually would be the most. I would become a billionaire if I did that. Maybe not. I don't think there's that many trucks out around there, but yeah, I am the robot. Are you a big Speed, big time? Yeah, I like big time a lot. I'll watch some of Speed's videos, and I've watched some Donut videos too. But I like big time a lot. I think their dynamic is really funny. Make a water bottle that punishes you until you drink water and it follows you. What do you think? What do you think that is up there on the wall? You see that? Look at that. I made yeah. It I mean, it's strapped to my chest, and it forced me to drink water. So I guess it didn't like follow me because um, it was strapped to me. So I guess by a way it did follow me. Not a small channel, but best automotive channel is Grind Hard Plumbing Co. Yeah, those guys are crazy. I don't even know how they make the stuff that they do. Like the fabrication skills are otherworldly. It is crazy. He could fabricate a space shuttle for sure. What PC do you have? I built it a while ago. It's got like a AMD Ryzen 7 3600 something I think in it. It's got 32 gigs of DDR4 in it, so it's I think it's outdated now. And then I've got a 2660. Isn't that what it is? A 2660 Super or something like that. I can't remember the specs honestly. I built it like years ago and have forgotten. I used to be big into building computers when I was younger, and then I and then the computers were built, and then I kind of just fell by the wayside because I didn't need to build more things. So, how much to go bald? I'm not really interested in going bald right now, especially not right now. It was cool hanging out here. Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out. That was fun. Good to see you. I'll do some other streams of just like I guess hanging out in Q&A and stuff like that. This is pretty fun. I like to be able to talk with you guys like live, so it's pretty neat. Yeah, the Weller soldering iron is really good. I just got that actually like a month or so ago. It's nice. I recommend it. What do you think of making a robot that looks like your address and social security number? Doesn't look it up. It looks like. So it's a robot with numbers on it. Can I build an IKEA shelf? I have not built an IKEA shelf, so I do not know. A 2060 Super. Yeah, that's what it is. Not a 2660. It's a 2060 Super. Do you find your videos entertaining? I think they're fire, honestly. The type of videos that would make watching paint dry interesting. When I make my videos, I've been trying to make them for like myself. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's like, okay, if I sat down and clicked on a video called Knife Throwing Robot, what would I find entertaining or interesting in that video? So it's almost like I'm trying to make a video that would get myself to click and to watch through is kind of my like thought process for making these things, especially like the last couple ones that I feel like the quality has gotten better on the actual video portion is yeah, sitting down and being like, okay, what do I think would be interesting here? What do I think would be funny here? So like I have a bunch of niche jokes in my videos, and that's because I think they're funny. Like um I think the last video had like a Shania Twain reference. I don't think anybody said anything about it, but like it's stuff like that where like I would get it, so I just put it in the video because I think it'd be funny. And I'm sure like one or two other people would get it, which kind of makes it fun. IKEA build stream. You want me to build IKEA furniture on stream? Okay. All right. See you later. That was fun. Thanks for coming, Pranay. I think I said that right. How long does it take to make a video? It really depends on the project. And it depends if there's electronics in that project or not, because when electronics are introduced and coding is introduced, it like balloons the video length or the video like time to make way up because I'm not super great at software. So it takes forever for me to like debug my software and stuff like that. And I'm not going to claim that I make good software. So yeah. I don't know, like 100 hours, let's say, for some of them. Some of them are only like probably 60. But I mean, the editing alone, it probably takes up 30 hours or something. If I or 25 or so, something like that. So I'd say 100 hours or more is fair for some more of the complicated ones. Especially now, each video I make is like getting longer for creation time. April Fool's video should be a regular IKEA assembly video. That would actually be funny. That would be funny. Pretend like I have no idea what I'm doing. Woo! Is your goal to make videos that you would want to watch, or would you change the kind of videos you make if it make them more popular? Um, that's a good question. Obviously, there are some, let's say, creative decisions in videos. I think this goes with another question of how hard is it to balance the nerd aspects of a video and the small details and the type of content general audiences enjoy. So obviously, I try to make my content like palatable to the general audience because that's where most of the views are of like just the general people. And if I want to make this a sustainable thing, I have to cater to the general audience, right? Um, so it is definitely a balance of trying to show the build process and show like more of the nitty gritty like aspects, but also keep it up, out of the weeds enough and generalized enough that people won't get lost and just like skip the video or click off kind of thing is the balance I'm trying to make here. Because it's like I wouldn't say my content is educational per se, but I do kind of want to like have people watch the video and be like, oh, I didn't think about, I don't even know what that is. I didn't even know that existed. Like the slip ring maybe or something like that. Or um how to use step promoters, like kind of stuff like that. That kind of gets I want to be able to get your gears turning, and then you go look up like how to do stuff would be a good goal, I suppose. So I try to make it entertaining enough that general audiences will watch, and I try to make it um, technical enough that people who want to make something similar or want to make things know what to look up or what to find to either emulate what I made or to make their own project kind of thing. Do you know that you glow in the dark? What am I, CIA? Yeah, so I guess that's the balance that I was talking about. The jokes are what makes it good. Yeah, I mean that is that's the point. Is like I think it's if anybody's making videos, it's a lot easier to hold an audience if it's funny. I mean, it's just like it is just way easier to. You could be the most like technically proficient, like everything down to the nitty gritty details. Um, but the video is probably not going to do well in the YouTube space because there is a very fine amount of people that really want to know the nitty gritty details of all that. And if you just make it entertaining or like funny, it's like a cheat code. It's crazy. I mean, it's like It's just way easier to get views with that way. So he knows. Oh, I know. I know the lore. Have you ever watched the Safety Third podcast? I'm not a big podcast guy, but I should be. So yeah, I have watched a couple of the Safety Third like episodes. I've been trying to get into that more. I usually just listen to music when I'm doing stuff, but okay. See you later, Dark Didoshka. See you later. Yogurt break. I think we're gonna end the stream here. It's been about like 2 hours now, so I think my phone's dying. Yeah, I don't want to watch someone. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If I made that elevator video and it didn't work and it was just a piece of garbage and I didn't make it funny, nobody would watch that. But I made the elevator video. It's a piece of garbage, and it does work. So, or it doesn't work. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks for coming back for the Q&A. Hey, just got back from church. Anything? Sorry, we're ending it right now. Is what's interesting. Yeah, but I keep the more vids coming. I'm probably not gonna get a video until August, since I am moving at the end of this month. So like in a couple days. But once I'm back again, be doing it full time. So hopefully more videos will be coming out a lot faster. Is the goal. So thanks everybody for joining. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. It was fun hanging out with you guys today. And yeah, we'll do this again. We'll do this again some point, sometime. So just chilling here. And what address are you moving to? All right, buddy. I'm out of here.